Hey, welcome to another episode of Generation on a Mission. Today, I'm going to give you such a simple, super simple, easy way to teach your child and walk them through those difficult moments in life. It's something that I actually picked up from a TV show that I'm sure you guys have heard of, and it's something that I should have thought about using so much sooner because it's a method that I love to use in my home every day, and it's something that works, and I promise it will stick with your little one, and it has me all kinds of jazzed up. And plus, not to mention, you're also going to see some of my creative juices flowing, so put on the headphones and let the good times roll. Let's jump on it. Hey there, mama. If you want to raise empowered kids who actually listen while parenting biblically, you're in the right place. Not only does this podcast help you strengthen their spiritual gifts and walk in purpose at a young age, but it also teaches you how to parent with intention. Welcome to the Generation on a Mission podcast, where we focus on fostering our children's leadership skills so they can become world changers. Hi, I'm Michelle Schaaf, former classroom educator turned parent educator, blogger, and podcaster, all while changing dirty diapers, drinking lukewarm coffee, and leaning on Jesus. Grab your headphones, whip out the Tata, and start feeding your baby. We've got some learning to do. All right, I knew many of you parents have been around the block for a minute and have heard of the classic Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. If you haven't, I highly encourage you to watch it with your child. Like, I'm not talking about just slapping your kid in front of the TV while it's on. I'm talking actively watching it with your child. And here's why. Call me crazy, but Mama Tiger in that show is like the epitome of the perfect mom. I don't know if you've thought that, but I think that. And of course, Daniel doesn't stray away from perfection himself, and that part isn't quite real life. However, do you know what is real life? The situations he's going through. And I cannot tell you how fitting each of these episodes have been lately for our little one. So it's not only a show from which your little one can learn, but it's also a show from which you can learn as a parent. You're like, learn from a cartoon, Michelle? Really? That's crazy talk, but yes, I'm serious. Don't even be afraid to admire how a tiger mom on TV handles situations. You just gotta soak it in and realize that yes, sometimes a tiger mom has a better grip on life than we do as human moms. It's great, isn't it? Yes. So our 3-year-old is allowed to watch one episode a day, and the themes have just been so particularly relevant to what we've been experiencing at home. We turn it on and I'm like, dang, I can use that in my parenting. It might be a little silly, but I actually kind of look forward to watching it with my son just about every evening. And I actually always like to compare how I handle situations to Mama Tiger because, again, she's so perfect and literally knows how to handle every situation like a boss. And I'm over here like, yeah, I probably should have handled that situation a little differently. But sometimes, though, I feel so in line with how she handles situations, and I'm like, see, Mama, I ain't all bad. I got it going on every now and again. Yes, I do. But here's a little something that I'm picking up from the show as a mom, which is how amazing it is to see how your kids can relate to the songs and how much more easily managed situations become when you relate it to a song. And you're like, that's crazy, but it works, I'm telling you. But unlike the show itself, not every situation can be managed by a song, and it doesn't cool the jets of your little one every single time. But I am telling you what, it helps when you're so proactive about singing through situations whenever and however you can. Just reminding them that the songs are there throughout the day. So I'm not going to credit myself with coming up with this idea, but I will say I feel like I should have thought about using this for discipline and character development sooner because I know the impact music has on kids in their development. I literally use music all the time to teach my kids new skills because it's more of a whole brain approach to learning. Plus, kids relate to it so well because it's therapeutic and it's just fun. Like, why didn't I think of that sooner for character development? I don't know. But oh well, I just have to thank PBS for having my back on that one. And just to clarify, when I say sing through situations, I'm not talking about just singing my way out of a situation with a song that my preschooler knows and likes just to kind of flip a switch. I'm talking about singing about the situation with the problem and the solution to overcome it. And like I said, kids respond so well to music. I use music to teach my kids like probably 90% of the things they know. And I actually have no idea if that's the right percentage, but it's it's a good chunk of time where I'm singing. And like, I'm talking syllables, rhyming, teaching left and right, animal sounds, shapes, and the number of sides they have, colors, like literally everything. So I decided, let's put like everything else into a song and see what happens. And wouldn't you know, it's amazing to find out that it works regardless of how it sounds and how crazy you sound singing it. Put what you're telling them to do into a song and just see what happens. I'm telling you, you could be telling them point blank to just stop picking their nose through a song, and it would be so much better received than just yelling at them to stop picking their nose. So an easy song about picking your nose off the top of my head: we use a tissue for our boogies so we don't pick our nose, because when our nose gets picked, the germies grow. Like something like that. And like I said, it sounds silly and I'm not perfect, but it's fun to come up with songs on a whim and just see how silly they sound. And your toddler might get a kick out of it and be like, yo mom, you cray, don't do that. I'm kidding. But seriously, they might love it and just laugh about it. And since I haven't had time nor, the desire to sit down and watch every Daniel Tiger episode in existence to see how he handles every situation, I just roll with it and create my own song. And, like I said, just like the one previously that I just sang, some of them don't flow well, but my 3-year-old doesn't know the difference, and it works. Other times, I do reference the show's songs, and my toddler actually corrects me as to how it gets sung, which is amazing to me because he only sees each episode once, which I'm telling you, songs stick, and that's so important to remember as you're teaching your little one anything. So here are some songs that we use in our house to help turn situations around and provide some gentle reminders of how things should be done. And here are some Michelle Schaaf original songs with which I would love to grace your ears at this time. So I use this song in particular when I'm seeing my toddler not wanting to politely oblige when I tell him it's time to get something done. And it helps turn it around and actually transition him to the next thing we have to do. And again, it doesn't work all the time, but he knows the song and it helps ease the situation and actually do what I'm asking him to do. And here's how it goes. When I choose to listen the first time, it shows how I know to do the right thing. Something like that. Maybe not in that particular tune, but you get the gist. This one is actually used when he asks or screams, help! I'm like, okay, I know you need help, but let's sing about it. And so I say, before I ask for help, I need to try to see if I can do it myself. And typically he will sing that to himself when he gets stuck. And then he'll try to figure it out and he'll be like, hey, mommy, I figured it all out. Or he'll say, I tried, mommy, I can't help myself. Can you please help? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, we tried. I'm more than happy to help you out. And this next one is incredibly applicable right now in our home because it goes along the lines of using the try again approach, but it's such a great way to enforce the concept that he doesn't ever get what he wants when he screams. Now we'll sing this song and he'll typically remember that if he screams, the opposite happens and he loses the things he wants, which is such a great reminder. And sometimes I even get an unprompted apology out of him as well when I sing this song, and that is great progress in my book. And the song goes, even though I'm angry, screaming isn't going to get what I want. I know, it's great, right? So simple, but it works, so why not try it? So here's one about waiting. Waiting can be tough, but let's find a way to make it more fun. Like, super simple. This helps build patience during those forever ending moments when they're waiting for lunch or when you're taking a long car ride or even waiting in line at the grocery store. It's just a great way to remind your little one that you understand that waiting is hard, but you're here to help them find a solution and a fun way to work through it. And that gives them time also to think about what's something fun I can do while I am waiting, right? I don't know if you want me to go on. I think you get the gist, but let's just do one more for just, some giggles. Responsibility is doing our part, even when it's hard. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Like, especially after dinner when he doesn't want to clean up his plate. You can use this song to reinforce the concept that we have to clean up after ourselves, and it might be hard at times, but it's important to clean up after ourselves when we make messes intentionally or unintentionally. It's doing our part, and that is a great reminder to do that when we don't want to do it, right? And there are so many other songs that you can sing about too. You can sing about putting things back where they belong. You can sing about waiting your turn. You can sing a song about manners. You can sing about so many different things. And so you see there are so many different songs that we can use to emphasize and remind our kids about how to move life in a more calm, respectable way. And there are other ways to get things accomplished, and they just relate to songs so much better than you telling them not to do something or to nag them. And there are so many other songs that I'm sure you can find out and about on the interwebs, but instead of relying on a song that someone else uses, don't be afraid to get your creative juices flowing and just come up with songs on the top of your head. I do have a suggestion though. Just be sure to write out the songs as you come up with them so you can reference them when you need to use them again, because my mind forgets and I'm like, wait, how did I sing that the last time? So, I mean, you could just sing the song to yourself in the bathroom every morning as you're getting ready and you'll have it down pat in a jiffy. But, I don't know if you want to do that, so write it down and that might be a help to you, right? And like I said, singing may make you sound crazy, but it's just another added way to build your relationship and boost the overall culture in your home. It's positive, it's uplifting, so why not give it a try? Our goal as moms is to help build character into our kids and help them feel successful in getting through those trying moments. And what better way to do that than through a way that reaches our kids in a positive manner? And that's so good to remember. I'm telling you, so good. So just keep that in mind. So your challenge for this week will be to try to tie in songs as much as you can to help build character in your toddler and help them get through those trying moments. I want you to also pay special attention to how your little responds to it. Did they like it? Did it help the situation? Did they hate it and criticize your singing voice? Wait, I hope not that last one, but I guess you never know. But gauge your toddler to see where he's at and see if this is just another tool that you can keep in your toolbox to keep trekking along this parenting journey in a positive direction. All right, that's all from me for this week. Our show was done and it was fun, and I will see you next time. Okay, I hope you liked it. See you next time.
Thanks for listening. See you next time.
Real quick before you go, if today's episode made you laugh, learn, or love your littles a little more, please head on over to iTunes, subscribe, and leave a written review for the Generation on a Mission podcast. If you're needing simple ideas to boost learning for your kiddo, be sure to follow me on Instagram at Michelle Schauf, SCHAUF, or join our Facebook page at Generation on a Mission. See you next time.